First, inspire others with a compelling vision. Here is where the overlap of what and who is most stark. And so, it is understandable if you think, but isn't this a what? Yes, it is. But it is mostly a who. In short, this is because a vision is aspirational, a compelling future reality that we imagine can be achieved. A vision is also ennobling, directly related to solving a problem in the world and replacing that problem with a good solution. And so we start with the vision because good leadership recognizes that the vision is the engine of any healthy organization. Vision is what motivates, drives, and empowers the people to act. It is recognized by the behavioral sciences that humans are driven by several different kinds of motivators, and each has its time and place and level of efficaciousness. Punishment, incentives, social pressure, these are all part of the influencer's toolkit. For good leaders, however, the most powerful and effective motivator in keeping an organization healthy and on target is by inspiring your people with a compelling vision. By deploying this motivator rather than the others, you will experience several positive effects. First, a well-articulated vision will draw people to the organization who are intrinsically motivated to accomplish the vision. And if you get people on the team whose primary internal driver for work is the vision, you've got the makings of an incredibly effective organization. The inverse is also true, that a well-articulated vision will repel people who are not terribly compelled by that vision. And so, vision is not just a marketing phrase, but it is something that can be a determining factor of how the organizational energies are directed. And one of the primary ways that energy is directed is as a filter of who will and will not be committed to the organization in the first place. First, inspire others with a compelling vision. Second, encourage others with honest assessments. Some may hear the word encouragement and immediately think about the nice things people tell us to make us feel good. A common phrase might be, "You're doing a great job," or "Well done." Some may hear the phrase honest assessment through the lens of harsh accountability, the hard part of being a responsible boss. In other words, listen, it's my job to tell you the truth and you're just bad at your job. When we say encourage others with honest assessments, however, what we're talking about here is the combination of both as a unified approach to feedback and encouragement with an honest assessment. Here's how this works. An encouragement without an honest assessment can be received as patronizing or mere flattery without a lot of substance. While it may feel nice to be told compliments, when it comes to work, that kind of feedback can feel trivial and unimportant if not accompanied with substantive assessment. I once worked with someone who operated this way. His feedback was always positive and was intended to make us feel good. To this day, I dearly love this person because he was an encouraging person who cared deeply about how I felt. But honestly, I never felt like I was engaged in anything important that mattered because there was no real, honest assessment of my work in the context of our organization. Encouragement without honest assessment communicates that how a person feels is more important than the vision. And this can be especially difficult for people who are a part of your organization because they believe in the vision. Likewise, if you give an honest assessment without an encouragement, you run the risk of leaving your people feeling disconnected, deflated, or possibly demeaned or dehumanized. I also worked with someone who operated in this fashion, and while there was a constant critique of my performance, there was no sense that I as a person actually mattered. And I was left with the feeling that I was really disposable. Though I believed in the vision, I no longer felt connected to the team, nor did I trust or respect my leader. Honest assessment without encouragement communicates dispassionate productivity, and that what matters is only how you perform, but not who you are. So both of these behaviors will degrade your credibility as a leader. And more to the point, both are counterproductive to good leadership because they both can leave a person focused on themselves. Encouragement without honest assessment and honest assessment without encouragement gives attention primarily to the individual over the whole of the organizational vision, and that will turn people inward. And as soon as people begin to focus on themselves, you've lost the vision engine. Encouraging others with honest assessments is to provide positive, uplifting feedback that is commensurate with your organization's culture, values, and vision. Don't just pat people on the back. Tell them that you appreciated how they exemplified a core cultural commitment of the organization. Celebrate someone's accomplishments that helped advance the vision. Commend someone's actions as being true to the organization's values, and let people know that they are valued as a human being and a contributing member of the organization. First, inspire others with a compelling vision. Second, encourage others with honest assessments. Third, enable others with the right environment. One of the clearest signs of a successful leader is the success of the people they lead. And there are two main ways you help your people succeed. The first is to remove barriers and hindrances that keep your people from achieving their objectives. The second is to resource your people. It is astonishing how much energy is wasted by people fighting against obstacles, hurdles, and frictions just to get their work done. And most of the time, removing those obstacles is something that only a leader with organizational authority can do. There are systems that are inefficient or unnecessary, processes or policies that are outdated or even antiquated, and political structures that can cause hesitation or uncertainty. Whatever it is, get it out of the way and liberate your people from the tyranny of the complicated, convoluted, and confusing ways in which your organization works. This will empower your people to pursue their objectives directly and effectively and with a lot more satisfaction. The second way to help your people succeed is to resource them. A leader's job is to provide for the people everything the leader can to help them get their job done. This can be in the form of something physical like a desk or computer, but it can also be something psychological or cultural, like certain permissions or insights into the politics of your particular organization. Now, here's what's really important about why removing barriers and providing resources is critical to your leadership and to the organization you lead. First, it will force you to listen to the people of the organization. You can't resolve a hindrance or give a resource if you don't know what your people need. So addressing these items will help you and indeed force you to pay attention to your people. One of the most challenging responsibilities of a leader is to persistently bridge the gap between the corporate office and what is really happening, quote, on the ground of your organization. This is a discipline and a skill, and by being committed to resourcing your people, you have a tool that will help you do that. But second, by enabling your people to act with these resources, you are actually creating an environment in which your people feel enabled to act. You are actively communicating that this is the kind of place where their work is supported, and you will be the kind of leader that will help them get their job done and to do it well. It is that kind of environment that is key. Leadership is as much ecological as it is personal. And by creating an environment that is clear on what the organization is there to do, and by removing the barriers and ensuring there's resources, you're creating an environment that supports good work getting done. You have two jobs. First, who, then what. When it comes to the who, inspire your people with a compelling vision. Encourage your people with honest assessments, and enable your people with the right environment. Once you do that, you will have a brilliant team with whom you can shape and refine the what of your work. Over the course of the next several lessons, we'll discuss the what, how to think about and craft your mission, vision, and values.